Well, guess who's here? You have to wait a minute. I gotta go back and find something to talk about. Boy, I'm tired, man. I went out yesterday afternoon after I did the video. I don't remember making that video, by the way. I mean, it was my mind went completely blank. Okay. I came back and I guess walking down the driveway to the entrance of my apartment, my legs gave out. That was it. They weren't going anywhere. I basically crawled along the wall uh, to get to the elevator, and then the same thing to get to my house and get in my house. And once I got the backpack, I overloaded the backpack. I mean, I don't know how much weight was in there. There was a big bottle of soda, a big bottle of laundry detergent, ice cream, like a gallon of ice cream, and or something like similar to a gallon, maybe a half gallon of ice cream. Uh, Huge bottle of soda, uh, detergent, some other stuff, and I don't know. It just the backpack wasn't the regular one I use, and so I filled it up and dug into my shoulders really bad. I had a really bad time getting up the hill. And then what really screwed me up was going down the hill with the backpack keep hitting me in the back, with every step. So, I'm old. I can't do that anymore. I learned, you say you can, and then you realize, nah, you really don't want to do that anymore. So anyhow, Donald Trump is pissing off people again. Uh, he refused to sign the housing bill because he's pissed off because they're not passing his election measures. He tries to blackmail Congress and the Senate, and pretty soon they're going to get tired of his bullshit if they haven't already. He tries to hold the government hostage to get the little things that he wants. And if he wants it that bad, it's not that good. Trust me. Okay? It's not designed to help anybody. And I'm talking about the election bill, not the housing authority bill. That was a good bill. That was something that was going to help some people. But he is just such, and he's getting hammered every which way now. And the funny thing, and well, you may not consider it funny. I think it's rather funny. My back still bothers me. That he's out there, and now he's facing a Democratic Party that is more like Bernie Sanders. Finally, America's getting the idea that Bernie Sanders wasn't a communist or a socialist or anything like that. His party, the Social Democratic Party or whatever you want to call it, they call it the Democratic Party right now, just wants what's good for America. All right. If you can make the people in America keep them happy, they become more productive, more ingenious, and our country progresses. If you make the people in America unhappy or life difficult for them, then you don't see this. You don't get the benefits of our population. Now that sounds like bullshit, but it's not. Uh, it goes like the old saying, happy wife, happy life. Well, it's the same thing. Happy populace, happy country. You can't, you just can't keep screwing with these people and expect huge benefits from them. He's got an ally. Gulf allies fear his Iran agreement is a disastrous turning point. Oil prices are down. That's not going to mean much for a while. It just, you think it is, and it really isn't. a great thing. It's just a day. That's all it is. They don't affect us as gasoline still, compared from my when I grew up, and it was mostly our own gas, our own oil, and everything. Shell, Exxon, all these companies and everything out there. It was Esso when I was growing up. Uh, and I just read, and the weather's not cooperating with anybody, especially in Europe. Uh, France had the hottest day in the last day on record. It was 85 something. I think that's what they said was the highest. I didn't think that was the highest. I thought the temperature would have been much higher. 85 is my average temperature the last week down here. So, and no big deal down here. Uh, 90 is no big. 90, you'd have to get to about 91, 92 degrees before people start really bitching. We don't have air conditioning down here, so we don't suffer. Well, we have it, but not in not too many houses are air conditioned. Although, and the cabanas, like the garden apartments, are really next door. A lot of people are starting to put in central air because the location of the building on the side of the mountain and the amount of sun it gets turns it into an oven. You can't even, you really don't want to be out during the day walking in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And that's one of the headlines is why is air conditioning so rare in Europe? Well, I don't know, and I don't really care, to tell you the truth. That's their privilege. That's their decision, and part of that decision is the power grids can't handle it. All right. You have no idea. Like, you get brownouts in California constantly because it can't handle it. And that's just uh, I don't know. That's just the way things are. You know, things like a power grid. You get the benefits, but you don't see the cost right away. So you've got the benefits of all this technology, and all of a sudden now, and data centers aren't helping anything. You know, uh, so anyhow, I still wonder how somebody like Trump, after some of the things he said and done, and some of the things he did before the election, and the comments that he made, like if you could, they let you grab him by the pussy and stuff like that. I mean, how did we let this immoral prick in the office? You know, and why does he hate Obama so much? Obama never really attacked Donald Trump per se on personal level. Trump attacks Obama on a personal level. He hates him. So the only thing I can think of is, yeah, he's a racist. He doesn't like, the fact that a black president is more popular than he'll ever be. Trump has no way that Trump could attain that point right now, unless he got Russia, China, and Korea all to surrender to him and give him their nuclear weapons. Then maybe he would reach the level of popularity. And I'm not sure, with what he'd have to do to get those three countries to do that he'd reach anything above hatred. But and one of the bad things that happened to Trump, and to me, this doesn't make any difference at all, because I think the guy's a scumbag. Tucker Carlson decided he's not gonna support. He's not saying he's supporting Democrats. He's saying he's not voting for the Republican Party in the midterms or any election in the foreseeable future, which I understand. I don't think he's going to vote for Democrats either, because they don't want his vote. They don't want his support, because it's the kiss of death, because he's such an idiot. He's such a biased, racist, anti-Semitic individual. Now, you guys understand that I don't like the Jewish government, but I've got no bad things to say about the Jewish people. I have several friends that are Jewish. We don't discuss politics. We discuss other issues. When we do talk about issues, we don't usually talk about issues. But, they've been my friends for a long, long, long time. Uh, and it's like, they weren't the world's favorite people when they became my friends. And again, they're not the world's favorite people, but people wise, it's got nothing to do with the government. You know, I will say this: I don't have too many Trump friends though, because I got a couple, and I just look at them and say, that's your problem. It's not mine. I mean, I like you for who you are, but don't bring and they don't. They're smart enough not to bring politics into our conversation, and I try real hard not to do it too. Sometimes it slips in and it's a mistake, and I realize it, and I say, well, look, I know how you feel, and I'm sorry. I just disagree with you. I don't get violent about it. Like I do with the average individuals that are out there. I mean, I can't stand Donald Trump, and I have no idea how he's been in office, without somebody and he gets away with these fake assassination attempts. Let me tell you something. One of the first one, the one that campaign rally where he got nicked in the ear. I think nicking him in the ear was the mistake, but the guy that did that was an expert marksman at a very close range with a very solid base firing position that he should never have been able to get. Okay, but he did. I mean, there's no way in hell he should have been able to get that firing position, and it was so stable and everything. I don't know how he missed, but because he's an expert because he killed the guy he wanted to kill by shooting him in the heart. So, Trump is just I think he might have got hit by a ricochet off his bulletproof long johns or something. But that one was a setup. The kid cost the kid his life. And now they're saying they're all, nobody takes it really serious because he doesn't take it serious. Okay? So why should we? Donald's a bad topic for us on a Wednesday. Colombia won their game last night against the Republic of the Congo. I think it's the Republic of the Congo. Not the greatest officiated game I've ever watched at that level. And they should have. They won. In my opinion, they just didn't play aggressive enough to score more. They seem to be playing very, very conservative. Colombia teams have this habit of when changes of possession during the game. When they get the ball, they pass it backwards towards their goal, and that sometimes is disastrous. It wasn't the Congo couldn't capitalize on that. I'm not sure why. They appeared to be tired, and the heat seemed to be bothering them more than it bothered the Colombians. But that's the trouble with countries that come out of you expect them to play really, really good. These countries that come out of very hot climates, and they should play very well in the heat. They don't practice in the heat. They're smart enough not to do that. We're the dumb ones that practice in the heat. All right, listen up. We're coming to the end of today's video. It's Wednesday. Hump Day. I don't know why they call it Hump Day. I really don't. They're not. It's like you go along. Okay, once you're over, I guess it's because in the workday week you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's all downhill to the weekend. which is usually how the energy level of the average worker goes too. So it's a similar situation. All right, so everybody take care. Have a great day. I'll be a little better prepared tomorrow. And there's really nothing that really exciting going on right now. I showed you my mushrooms and stuff. I got a new pattern for a gnome now that I'm gonna try and cut and see what happens. I got a new knife. I got to try. Little deep. We'll just wait and see what happens. I got to get my energy level back up too, so I'm not going to sit here too much longer. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll find the subscribe button and hit that for me, would you please? It's always a pleasure to see a new subscriber. We got a couple of new ones in the last month or so, and I don't know all your names, but I'm happy that you're there. I hope you enjoy this bullshit. Just a fat old guy sitting here. I'm 80 years old. I'm sitting here, and everybody's, whoa, who does your edit? What editing? Are you nuts? This is live. Even when they're not live, I don't edit anything. I don't, that's just time consuming bullshit. All right. I'm perfect the way I am. I don't need to edit anything. Okay, everybody. Have a great day. And I'll see you mañana. Ta-da, ta-da.